Formaji YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vaur engage ho jn our video ko ntk decken. The silent forest. The wind moved across the trees with a sound that felt too soft for such a deep forest. Each branch trembled as if something unseen passed between them. I stepped forward, and the leaves crushed under my shoes with a sharp crack. The noise echoed strangely, as if the forest rejected it. A cool mist touched my face, thin at first, then thick enough to cloud my sight. The air smelled old, like forgotten soil and hidden places. My breath grew heavier with each step. The silence pressed against my ears until I felt a ringing inside my head. A shadow shifted near the fallen trunk ahead of me. I stopped, heart beating slower instead of faster, as if the forest demanded it. The trunk carried deep marks across its bark. Each mark looked deliberate, carved with a slow and patient hand. I reached out to touch the wood. Heat pulsed under my fingertips where cold should have been. The mist parted just enough to reveal a narrow path beside the trunk. The path did not exist moments ago. A faint glow shined at the far end of it. It flickered like a lantern held by a trembling hand. My throat tightened as I stepped closer. The glow shifted and stretched into a tall shape. The shape stood perfectly still, watching me without eyes. I felt a weight push against my chest, urging me to turn back. Yet my legs moved forward without my permission. The shape leaned toward me with a slow and unnatural motion. A single whisper rose from the darkness behind it. The whisper carried my name in a voice that did not belong to any living person. The whisper carried my name in a voice that did not belong to any living person. The sound slid through the trees like a thin thread of ice. I turned slowly toward the source. The mist curled around me, tightening like a slow breath drawn by something unseen. The forest felt smaller now, as if the trees leaned closer to listen. Every leaf seemed to tremble with a quiet warning. The shape ahead of me remained still. The glow behind it pulsed like a heartbeat that did not match my own. Another whisper rose, this time softer yet clearer. My name stretched unnaturally, lengthened in a way no human mouth could form. A deep chill moved across the ground and wrapped around my ankles. It felt like fingers gripping me with a cold, patient hold. I tried to lift my foot, but the earth resisted. The soil tightened around my shoe, as if it wished to keep me still. The shape tilted its head with a slow creak of motion. The glow behind it bent with the movement, stretching its shadow across the trees. The shadow reached toward me like a silent hand. It slid across the forest floor with a smooth and deliberate sweep. My heartbeat forced itself louder inside my skull. It felt like the forest was listening to the rhythm, memorizing it. I glanced upward, searching for a break in the canopy. The sky above had turned the color of bruised metal. No wind moved, no birds called, even the insects had fallen silent, as if the forest demanded absolute stillness. The shape took one step forward. The ground under it did not crunch or shift. It stood as if it weighed nothing. As if it was only borrowing space for a moment. I felt my breath shake in my chest. Something warm trickled down my spine, though the air remained cold. My name echoed again, this time from my left. Then from my right. Then from behind me. The forest repeated it like a chant, passing it from tree to tree. Each voice sounded slightly different, as if mimicking familiar tones. A scent rose from the earth, thick and metallic. It mixed with the mist and filled my lungs with a bitter heaviness. I forced my head toward the new voices. Shapes formed between the trees, faint outlines made of deeper shadow. They did not move. They simply existed, waiting with silent patience. The cold fingers around my ankles tightened. The soil pulled downward with a slow and steady strength. I fought the pressure, and the ground released me for only a moment. A weak moment, but enough for one step back. The shape in front of me shifted again. It leaned closer, the glow stretching into a long and trembling beam. I saw something inside the glow. Not a lantern, not a flame, a single eye, round, unblinking, watching me with an ancient stillness. The pupil expanded, swallowing the light until the glow dimmed. The forest darkened with it, as if the eye drained brightness from everything around it. My breath caught, trapped in my throat like a stone. Every instinct urged me to run, but my body felt carved from the same wood as the trees. A sound rose behind me, low and rhythmic. The sound resembled breathing, but heavier and more deliberate. I turned with effort, feeling resistance in every bone. The shadows behind me thickened into human shapes. Each shape had the outline of a person standing perfectly straight. Arms at their sides, heads tilted slightly toward me. Their surfaces did not reflect light. They absorbed it, growing darker with each second. One of the shapes stepped forward. Its foot pressed into the leaves, but there was no sound. Another shape followed,